All right, everybody, we are back. Star Wars X-Wing Regional 2015 at Covenant, Tulsa. I'm Zach.
And I'm Tim. This is top 4.
Yep.
Correct. On the left here, we have Richard Sue, which we saw in the first game of this.
Running the double
awesome
IG 2000.
Double IG. He is killing it. He killed the Soontir with a seismic charge last round.
That's a big deal.
Who would have thought?
Blew him up with a bomb.
Maybe he'll kill another Soontir here, because on the right we have Shawn Koike. And Shawn is running the Rear Admiral Chirpy.
Chirpster.
With Soontir Fell. This is pretty standard Soontir Fell. It's push the limit, stealth device, auto thrusters, railguard tie.
Okay.
We've seen it before.
Auto thrusters coming out, really making the Interceptor, mainly Soontir, a beast. Even more of a beast than he once was.
I mean, it makes Tur pretty good too, I think.
Yeah, I just think obviously it makes them super good against turrets, against 360 arcs. So that's one thing that you can't arc dodge when the Falcon can shoot you any direction you are, or the Decimator. Yeah. So that's a great way to make sure you stay alive.
Correct.
Now, going into this, what's Chirpy have on him? Chirpy
is actually a very interesting build, I think. He's got VI.
All right.
He's got Gunner.
Oh, that seems good.
He's got a Sane Izehard. Rebel Captive for the Whisper matchup.
Yep.
Engine Upgrade and Dauntless.
Ooh.
Dauntless is interesting. It's the one that lets you, after you perform a maneuver that overlaps another ship, you can execute an action. You can perform an action.
So if you bump, you get to still do an action.
And then you take into stress.
That seems okay.
But what's cool about it is if you did a green maneuver,
you get rid of the stress?
You get rid of the stress based on the timing
Tell
windows.
me the truth here, Bones. Tell me the truth.
Yeah.
All right, so going into this match, we've obviously seen Richard work his magic in the last round against a Whisper, Soontir, Lambda list. And in this match, obviously, Soontir paired with Chirpy. Something we see a lot, Chirpy with either Soontir or Whisper. Where would you rank these lists as far as who has the advantage before we even get into the action, before we've seen positioning? What's your take on this one?
I mean, I would probably put the odds in favor of Shawn here, just because Soontir is going to be able to get out of arcs. He's going to be able to do some fancy flying.
Yep.
The IG doesn't really have a way to just get where he needs to always see where Soontir is.
I mean, so the IG with the lower pilot skill is going to be the thing, right? Because the IG has one of the best styles in the game.
Correct.
Super Maneuverable Dire has the S-turn.
The Segnor's Loop.
Yeah. And just super maneuverable, super great ships. They're both getting the reroll, and they're both getting the free evade when they take the boost.
The problem with that, though, is Soontir is moving after them.
That is the problem. And
because
I was going to
say boost and barrel roll.
He can arc dodge, which is what he does. And so you don't have a 360 arc. I feel like you need almost a pincer-style move here to trap him between you. But if it were me, I am probably trying to kill that Decimator as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Because once I get... This is one of those matches where, because you have the 8 total hull shields on the IGs, it's going to take a little bit for him to really... And you get the free evade on the boost, right? It's going to take a minute for him to get rid of one of those ships.
Yeah.
And I think once you get down to... If you can get rid of the Decimator and have the 2 IGs left, you stand a really good chance of being able to trap him and get shots off on him.
I think it's very fair.
And because you're doing the reroll, you're going to eat through his tokens. But... I don't know. I just don't think
I could also see the argument for taking Soontir out first, though.
Well, you definitely have 2 ships.
While you have 2 ships and you can cover more areas of the board with your arcs.
I just feel like it's a tough choice. This is always the problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what makes this list awesome. But I just have the feeling that you can get through Chirpy very, very fast and take away a shot with Gunner. And so, like...
You can try to.
Yeah. And I think it also depends on just the positioning, right? Like, if you have the opportunity to take 2 really good shots at Soontir with both ships in the same turn, I think you obviously go for Soontir.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, the Dice Box of Doom gets back on the table. Looks like we have 2 hits there. Is this Decimator shooting IG?
Decimator shooting IG.
All right, looks like range 3 through a rock, right? Or just range 3?
I think just range 3.
Looks like he evaded it successfully. Going to trigger Gunner. 1 hit. You never know. Could be all blanks. Dodged it. Was not all blanks. That's what's crazy about this game. Blanks can happen. Range 3 going to return the fire. And
I don't know that he has arc.
Oh, really? That's arc. No arc? Oh, man. World's most unfortunate bump ever right there. Okay.
I didn't bump it that far.
Oh, man. Oh, double bumps.
Bumped for days.
Okay, so he's not an arc. Is that you measuring right there,
That is
Tim?
me measuring.
Oh, man, the double bump from the TO. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah. That's unfortunate, but again, no damage done this turn. It's just kind of a trade for nothing.
Yeah.
And you see he's got Soontir back right now, right? And like I would hope he's going to be very smart and not get in a position where he has two guns pointing on Soontir.
Yeah.
Two guns with gunner, right? So we'll see what happens. I feel like I was getting ready to say he boosted, but I feel like I want to be at range here.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't roll any defense dice and he gets one
Correct.
at range, whereas I have 3 and I get a 4th at range. So it feels like it favors me heavily to be at range. And he's boosting there to get the free evade and get closer for a better shot. But I kind of like the idea of staying away and making sure that if you're going to be shooting the decimator, that I'm shooting at range. Also, the S turn just blows my mind.
It's really hard to comprehend.
Because like, you just aren't ready for them. Like, if you look at where the IGs are now, where they could possibly S-turn to, like number 2 could S-turn to the right and be in, like, prime time position. This is real interesting.
That's a Soontir right in the way.
Yeah. You think he barrel rolls to the right here, or he just focus, evade?
I think he focus, evade here.
I mean, you can get out of it one arc. I'm pretty sure. It'll be close.
But then next turn you're in front of the asteroid.
But you're out of arc. That's all I'm saying.
I think that I just focus, evade here. And I mean, you're going to shoot Chirpy anyway.
I think the problem with focus, so traditionally, like if I'm in this situation, it's like, all right, focus, evade, I think I can make it through that pretty effectively, right? And it looks like that is what he's going to do. But my issue with it, and the barrel could have also gotten in the way of the decimator. So that's another issue to consider. Is that going to be on the...
it looks like it.
Rubble? What's it called? The debris?
The debris. What's it called? Barney? Rubble?
Barney Rubble.
Flintstone?
That's so funny. But my problem with the focus, evade here is that both of the IGs get to reroll.
Yeah.
The close one won't because it has the... it's at range 1, right? It can't use the heavy laser cannon at range 1?
Correct.
So you only get one attack?
Well, is the decimator in arc of him?
Yeah, it probably is. So you could shoot the decimator if you miss.
Yeah.
Looks like he's taking a shield.
1 down, 3 to go.
But anyways, this is exactly the position Richard wants to find himself in.
Yeah, for sure.
2 shots, getting to reroll.
This is where you want to be against Soontir. Well,
and
ideally, Soontir would have bumped someone and not had any actions.
I mean, yeah, that's absolutely the position you want. Blanks.
Shoo. Whew. Ha.
All right. 2 shields in. All right, here we go. We're going to get the range 1 on Soontir. This is where you need you want some good dice. You know what I mean?
Yes. This is, if you can get rid of the stealth device here at worst, that's not bad.
4 hits. That's going to be good. Although a focus and evade means we are free of hits here. But if you don't take any damage, he gets the gunner.
You focus evade here because he can't shoot you again with that one.
Ah.
All right, shoot again. Huh? Oh, okay. Well, I can shoot my secondary at him.
It looks like he just used both focus and an evade.
I think he's going to fix it here in a second.
Okay. Yeah, he is going to trigger that cannon on the decimator, which is a great play. But knowing that little thing, right, where it's like, oh, he can't actually shoot me again on this attack.
Right.
I can spend it. There he goes. There's the focus. I cannot take the damage. We saw that last game, right, where the Whisper evaded and triggered the gunner that killed the Whisper.
Yeah, which was brutal, for sure. But I think here, not taking hit on Soontir is the correct move.
Yeah, and range 2 here with the number 1 IG, and that's actually really important to me. 4 hits with the HLC.
Seems not bad.
All Soontir has is a focus. It's going to buy him 2 evades. And he's going to take 2 damage here.
Yep, that is a bummer.
And this is kind of what
Stealth device is gone.
This is what I was kind of saying earlier about the barrel roll. just getting away from that.
Well, he couldn't have got out of that guy's arc.
But he still would have had a focus evade.
He still would have taken a damage, though.
He would have taken a damage.
Which is just as bad as taking 2.
Well, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, dude. Having extra health with Soontir is a big deal.
You want the stealth device more than you want
He
the
only
extra
got
health.
3.
If I had to choose between the extra health or the stealth device,
It's an interesting choice, isn't it?
it is. Sloop.
There it is.
Or is he just banking? That'd be hilarious.
No, he's slooping. He's getting that Soontir right in his arc. Number 2 could also sloop to the right like that. And
Is 2 the one that has the seismic charges?
2 does. No, 1 is.
No, 1 is. Okay.
Un.
That'd be hilarious. Because you know Soontir wants to bank here. Get rid of that stress.
Or 2 turn.
Yeah, but he wants to bank.
I think he has like a green 4 forward or something like that. I'm getting out of dodge.
I feel like 4/4 is going to put you in a bad position in the future.
All right, so he is definitely pointing in directions that is going to be hard for Soontir to not get shot at all. And Soontir's got a stress, right? So he needs to take a green. We'll see if he fits.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
For days.
Yeah.
And then he can boost out of arc that dude and then barrel roll out of the arc.
He can barrel roll to the right and then boost, and then he's not in anybody's shot.
He can do both.
This is the magic of Soontir. Just beautiful arc dodger, and auto thrusters making it.
Somebody's got a little crush on Soontir.
Absolutely.
I'm holding up my hand, too. Just the pure action economy that Soontir can offer you is insane.
I mean, anytime you can boost and get a focus and evade in the same turn. Boost or barrel roll and then also get a focus evade.
So wait, you're saying 3 actions in a turn
is good.
is good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pilot skill 9, 3 agility, 3 attack dice. Yeah.
Okay.
Seems okay.
Now, what if I wanted to have, like, 4 agility?
Then you would add a stealth device.
Okay. And that seems good, too?
Seems okay.
You're
Although I'm actually a pretty big fan of the shield upgrade.
Shield upgrade's good.
Just depending on the points you have. Obviously, auto thrusters changes the game a little bit. That was pre-auto thrusters. I'm a huge.
Do you run Soontir without auto thrusters in this world?
Yeah, I think so. There's actually some big discussion on the website about that. I think there's use cases for it. It just depends on what kind of list you're going to struggle with.
Mm-hmm. Decimator doesn't have a 1 turn, does it?
I don't know. If it does, I mean, a 2 turn here would still get you in.
I'm just curious.
Just eyeing the edge of that board. You know what I mean?
He's just riding close. I'm not saying he's going to.
All right, we're going to probably need an asteroid check here, but I'm going to call range 2 or range 3 through a rock.
I don't know that it is.
That back corner is the closest based on that angle.
I don't know that it is.
It's called math, dude. It's actually called geometry. Something like that.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's the back corner is the closest point.
Depends on which player you are, I guess. Lasers.
How do they work? Maybe I'll bump something again.
Watch your shirt. Let's see what you call. Old T-Bone Judge.
Yeah, because if you form a right triangle between that thing, the closest point of the right triangle is the hypotenuse. Is that what it's called? The long line?
Technical terms. I mean, I'm not a rules reader even. There's fundamental, like, I don't know the name of the upgrade icons. I just know what they are. So, you sure? It's true. It's how I roll. That's a bad roll. Dodge and auto thrusters.
Boom. Gunner.
Working that magic.
Crit.
Wow.
Boah. That's like a bummer.
All right, 2 shields on the decimator, which it's sitting there with its fat 2 shields and 12 health left. I do not know who's shooting right now.
Soontir's shooting that IG.
Really? Fascinating. All right, 1 evade to what looks like 3 hits. So we're going to have 2 shields. Working the shields down on both IGs.
Shields are in need of some love in here.
I think that the IGs are such an. I find the 4 shield 4 hole really fascinating because it's like it's just enough to feel like you have a lot of health, but it's actually not that much health.
It's just fragile enough for it not to be that much.
Yeah, it's just fragile enough where like 2 really good ships could just blow you up in a single turn. And once you get down like 2 or 3 shields, it really is the case that it's just like I could be blown up here.
Yeah.
The two criticals that are the right criticals means this is over.
Which is a bummer for a big ship. It's worth so many points.
It reminds me a little bit of the fire spray, which I've been using a lot more lately. And fire spray has a little bit more health, so there's that. But 8 just is right on that line.
It's just one of those things that's like, if you're spending 50 points on a ship,
it better not die. You need it to not die until like the very end if it dies.
Is he going to barrel roll backwards to the left here?
Or I don't think so. Maybe. I would check it. That'd be a really good position.
I think he can fit there. Easy.
The problem is, though, so the number 2 IG is not stressed. So it could be the case that it is slooping or K-turning, right?
It already moved this turn.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I bumped.
Oh, shoot. He's boosting.
Interesting. Evade here.
I mean, he is going to be range 1 of the IG with 4 health left.
Right, but still.
And a target lock. So, like, you could finish that bad boy off. Especially with the Decimator getting to go first.
Yeah, for sure.
And the IG not having any actions. Like, this is... I think it's a pretty good move, actually, because the Decimator is going to get, I think, 2 shots. Like a shot and a gunner if it doesn't do any damage. And as long as you can score 1, I think Soontir could bring her home here.
It's tough because it's still dice.
That is the unfortunate part. Desi going to boost here, get a little closer, see if we can get out of range 3 and into range. I can actually do a lot of damage to you.
That's fair.
It's going to be close. I think that's really close to 2 or 3.
The problem here is that it's still the IGD8 that it's rolling 3 evade dice.
It is indeed. But we've all seen the dark side of those green
Attack
dice.
dice are better than green dice.
Choices. You're going to spend a target lock.
2 hits and a crit.
All right. It's kind of what you want.
Chirpy doing some work there. Mm-hmm. Trino's so good. His ability is just so powerful. Not having to have a focus to change it to a hit or a crit even.
Yep. Console fire.
That's not a pilot upgrade or pilot crit.
Does he have... He does have determination.
On both of them.
That's interesting. Do you know how many of the 33 damage cards are...
7 of them are.
All right. Good math. All right, 3 hits here from Captain Soontir. This is it. He has to have 2 evades here. And he only got 1. I think he did it, man. Ah, man, that's gonna
Change the game a little bit.
I mean, obviously it's half the list gone away, but I think if he doesn't kill him there, then this is a much more interesting... Like, and he spent his focus there. Like, he spent his focus on offense, banking on basically that working. And if Richard rolls 2 evades there, that's really dangerous territory.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah, because once Soontir's gone, those 2 IGs are going to do some work against Desi. Wow. Well,
I feel like if this was a poker game on ESPN, the percentages would have just
shifted real heavy.
Shifted real hard.
I mean, I would say at that point it went from like 60-40 for Imperial for Shawn to 90-10.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, we've seen Richard pull off some phenomenal maneuvers.
The river's going to have to be nice for him, though.
He does need a good flop. All right, we're going back to the dials. And let's see what happens here. A big maneuver coming from IG. Maybe trying to bump so that he can't get shot by the Decimator. Not really sure.
I feel like the Decimator probably is going to bump and then get a target lock on him.
That's how it rolls. Or flies.
Hey-o. 2 bank here. The left, you think?
Just
turn.
Just a Classic maneuver. Going to go ahead and boost and then probably
Range
focus. If he's already got him in arc, I'd probably just focus. Not get stressed here. I mean, maybe you do get stressed. You're just going to do a two right turn next turn. Oh, Soontir. How I love thee.
He's pretty good.
Look at the sun behind Soontir right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. That is a great scene.
Now, do you think that Richard should have dropped his seismic charge this turn?
I mean, if a player's going to play, probably. You drop it before you move?
Yep. So it would be to the left of Soontir right now?
I don't know. It'll be just as effective to drop it on the next turn because Decimator's probably going to run into it as well. Bump, which is good. This is good. This is
Dauntless.
okay for IG.
And then he's clearing the stress because it's a green maneuver.
Yep, and
Crazy.
Soontir roll here going to be important. Obviously, IG has 4 hull and 2 shields left. So
We have Richard questioning the stress clearing maneuver.
which is fair to question.
It's not very obvious from just reading the cards.
Oh, that's what that does.
Makes it a lot better.
All right, Soontir has range 1 with a focus. Just going to see if he can work that IG down.
Might be range 2.
All right, range 2.
Range 2.
It has been decided. Do-do-do. Uh.
3 hits.
Delivering on
Seems
the Baron's
okay.
promise.
That'd be a cool upgrade card, the Baron's Promise.
I'm just saying. All right, he's going to focus. I think he's going to dodge all that.
Gunner on Soontir. No.
Right? Man, Soontir had a crew slot. Get out of town. All right, back to the dials. And this is going to... Again, the IG is super maneuverable. So dropping that bomb.
Dropping the charge.
We'll see if he can work some magic. I love seeing the charge just happen. Again, he did destroy Soontir last game, right? With the charge to win the game.
Soontir does only have 1 health left right now.
That would be too much. If it's back-to-back games with destroying Soontir off of this bomb, I'm going to be so satisfied.
Asking Shawn to take off his top.
You know, it's a close-knit community here.
He's slooping here?
I have
Surely
to
he's
imagine
slooping.
so. Yeah. Slooping ain't easy.
How powerful is that sloop?
It's pretty good. And super, I mean, he's obviously clear of the edge, but he is not that far from the edge.
No. Obviously clear, though.
All right, let's see if that bomb... Now, again, okay, great move. Great move there. Just get Soontir out of Funky Town.
Probably going to boost here.
Oh, yeah. Just IG's not going to be able to shoot you. You just get out of town. Well, then. And, you know the charger is there. So when you're picking a maneuver, there's no reason to chase IG. It's going to give him the better positioning for a turn.
Right.
Great decision. I love seeing a player recognize the moment to reset.
Yep.
Just totally not even... Like, a lot of times you get in these situations like, I'm so close to winning, just finish it. Mm-hmm. And then you lose Soontir.
Let's just get out of there.
Nope.
Let's reform.
Calm down. We'll get it range 3. I'll get a focus, evade, and you're going to have to eat through that.
Did you know that this is Shawn's first major tournament?
I did know because I spoke with him after the tournament, and he was telling us that this was his first major tournament, which is awesome to see. And he's running some really good ships and playing them splendidly, especially given...
Just boosting out of range
new
that
he is.
charge. It's insane how much ground the big ships cover with a boost.
Yes. I mean, it literally moved 40% of the map.
It's just ludicrous.
It's ludicrous. I mean, I don't know how ludicrous it is, but it's definitely very far.
Yeah. So Soontir's probably turning right here, too.
Back when they barrel rolled like normal,
Oh, yeah.
it was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Lobby bar.
Right there in the lobby. All right. IG just, I think this is right. Probably trying to close in on Soontir. We'll see
Boosting through those asteroids, maybe?
We'll see what Shawn does, but I would almost even be 2 turn to the left, just as a maneuver. 2 turn to the right, obviously fine too. I think range 3, gonna focus, evade, and then just see if you can eat through it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like I like the idea of protecting Soontir until I know I'm going to have 2 shots on you in the same turn. Especially with the higher pilot skills, I'll get both my shots first.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see what happens.
Like a glove fitting in there.
I think either direction here is totally acceptable as a maneuver. So we're 2 turning to the right. We're going to have some fire, boys. You clear the stress. There it is.
He's going to get it again.
Hey, formalities, dude. Traditions matter. Rules matter.
I'm going to get a token made that just has 2 eyeballs and an evade on it. And the stress icon.
That's really funny.
Just 1 token with 4 icons.
That's my Soontir. Oh, man.
Just go in range 1.
So he's going to go for it. Focus evade. I would really be saving both those for defense. But, at the same time, you can do enough damage here. And
at the same time, you're also not in the top 4.
Yeah, that's true. But I am here doing commentary.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, but this is bold. It's brash. It's what the Baron would want.
I mean, it is bold, but it's also just like, I'm going to do it.
I mean, you just have to ask yourself, what would the Baron do?
I've asked that my whole life. Just kidding.
A large portion, though.
At least since I was 12. All right, Soontir coming in hot. Hitting 2 crits.
Seems not bad. I've seen worse rolls.
Oh, shoot. 3 shields?
2 shields and a crit. I think.
And a pilot crit. Looks like he's taking a stress token from it.
No, he ignores the pilot crit. I think he just took a shield and 2 crits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's what you want to see, and he didn't use a focus or an evade there.
Which is perfect. Woo! Yeah, target lock, try to get that 4th hit here. Got it. 2 crits, 2 hits. Gonna need some... That's not what you're gonna need. All right, there goes Soontir. So we have a very interesting match, in my opinion. Very interesting indeed. Now, B is the boost-free evade, right?
B is the reroll.
Okay, that's exactly what you want here then.
Yeah.
Because you can... So here's... This is a close game.
Yeah, I know. It's insanely close.
Because IG's rolling 3. He can take the... Just take an evade. I think that Decimator's just going to be taking damage.
I think the sheer amount of health that the Decimator has, though, is just going to be such a huge factor here.
Yeah, sort of. We'll see.
Because he's also getting a free evade every turn with the same.
Yeah. I understand.
Like, it's just a lot of health to eat through.
I definitely agree. But he also rolls 0 dice. So, but even if you're taking 2 a turn, it's still going to be 7 turns from now.
Before he can do 3.
And the Decimator's 360 arcing around.
It's going to be close, I think.
It's close. That's all I'm going to say. The odds just went back to like 60-40.
Yeah, I agree.
After the first IG went down so early in the game, I started to wonder. I was like, how is this game going to last much longer? And then I've witnessed.
Yep. Range 3 threw a rock here. Decimator going for the Iggy.
Here comes the sun.
Do.
So Iggy took an evade. Looks like 2 crits. Dodged. Gonna gunner. How good is gunner?
It's real good.
1 crit. Use the evade token.
Gunner again. Wait. No. 4K? Is that what this is?
4K. But why?
You gotta get that right side of the 4 there.
You definitely do. Nailed it.
Man, this game is ludicrously close for how it felt earlier.
Yeah, and I've more and more I'm feeling like early on I just totally misvalue how close the game is. Because it gets down to the end, it's like, oh, you're still in this.
At the end of the day, there are dice involved. And at the end of the day,
it's not over till all the ships are gone.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
No. Zach, no. So we got some thinkers happening here.
Thinkers, do you boost or not?
We got a thinker. I think
you do. Ooh.
Not the direction I was expecting.
Me neither. But that's cool.
Doesn't really matter because he's a 360 arc.
It does matter for which way you're facing.
Yeah.
Like,
in the future rounds.
yeah, just thinking about the maneuvers. Gonna be range 3 or out of range? I think it's close. All right, hold the ships down. Range 3. Gonna both have range 3, and IG's gonna get that heavy laser cannon.
With the reroll.
With that reroll.
Gotta get that reroll.
And a target lock. All right. 2 hits from Desi. 2 dodged. Gunner. Can he do it? 2 hits.
Or is it, it's 2 hits, yeah.
3 dodges. All right. Here comes the heavy laser cannon. This is what I'm talking about, though, man. Is he not shooting? Yeah, there we go. This is what I'm talking about, though, right? 2 heavy laser cannons coming at you. If you evade
he doesn't get a dice. Never mind.
Doesn't get a dice from range. 1 hit. No dice. So don't spend the token. Take 1 damage.
Take a damage.
Is he acquiring a target lock at least?
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
That is truly unfortunate.
That's pretty much the worst roll you could have there.
Yeah, and I guess as long as damage is done on the first roll, there's not going to be 2 rolls. Even at 2 damage, you spend the evade token and take 1. But rolling 4 dice there, I think you're just hoping for something. IG getting pretty stressed out here.
He's just hanging out.
He's got a lot of pressure on him.
Just chilling. Robots get stressed out, right? What if IG's ability, one of his abilities was he couldn't be stressed?
That would seem okay. All the S loops in the world. Getting the free evade, taking the focus. No defense dice again, so focus only going to be useful on offense. He's rolling. 1 hit, 2 hits, a hit and a crit, something. Dodged, gunner. Flip, drop, and reverse it.
I feel like this is going to be the story of this game.
Yep. Who can last the longest?
Okay, so he evaded it. Now return fire.
Yeah, and that's what, like...
I feel like the Decimator wants to be at range 1.
Yeah, for sure. He wants to be at range 1. He doesn't want to have a guy shooting him at range 1. But kind of. I mean, it doesn't get the heavy laser cannon, so you're still rolling 4 dice either way, right?
Right.
So you definitely want range 1. All right. Using the evade token. And again, this is what I'm talking about. Decimator just going to have trouble punching through those green dice of the IG. So
Until he doesn't.
So he really needs one of these attacks. And again, at range 1 would be helpful. But he needs an attack to sink in. He just needs 1 blank roll. A couple blanks. Like... IG on 2 health, like, super tight game here. Not able to take actions, which is humongous here.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Rebel Captive, though.
Yep. That is indeed the beauty, especially, again...
Like, in a situation like this, it's beautiful.
Yeah, when you get down one-on-one, especially against something like Whisper, Rebel Captive is awesome. But in any situation, one-on-one, Rebel Captive becomes a real problem.
Boom!
All right, looks like we're going to have some range 1 action. Even if it requires a boost, it's not going to. So going to get the free evade, probably take a focus, and see if we can make some magic happen here.
You might try to boost to the right there. I don't think you'd fit.
Just to try to get out of our arc somehow?
Maybe.
It's worth checking.
It's not going to fit.
But if you check and it fits, and then you're still in arc in range 1, then you're not doing yourself a favor. Boosting just straight forward. Interesting. It's going to be range 1. Having no tokens. That's a fascinating call. Guess he has a target lock?
No, he, so it looks like the IG got a crit last turn. It was Blinded Pilot. But the Decimator is using Gunner after he missed the Blinded Pilot roll.
Gotcha. Needs 3 dodges to survive here. And
He got just 2.
oh, it's a crit. Is it?
It's a pilot.
It is a pilot,
It's gone.
so he ignores it.
He's determined.
Wow. And that counts as taking damage, so you don't get a trigger gunner.
Well, he triggered Gunner already.
Oh, okay. Woo! That was, I mean, that's what the Decimator wants, is a range 1 shot like that. Now he gets return fire. Hit, crit, target lock. Story of the day. 2 hits and a crit. Taking the evade, taking a hit and a crit. This is where you get the thing where you ignore all your upgrades.
That'd be bad.
And you cry to your mother.
Got a fighting chance.
Man, see, that's what it's close.
It's close.
I was telling you, dude. Ugh. It's the worst when you're literally 2 damage away from the game and you just can't finish it.
He's going through an asteroid here.
Not really much of a choice. Man, this could be funny.
A crit.
A double damage crit, yeah. Blank. All right, fortunate.
2 turn here.
Asteroids are huge. One, this is one of the first tournaments where you actually got to choose the obstacles that you brought, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Adds such it's another element you can control as a player and removes a little bit of variance, but also adds variance to the game because the obstacles are different in every game. Yeah. So, but one thing that I've been just so keen on lately is not being afraid of asteroids, not being afraid to go straight through them. Because honestly, you have a 50-50 shot of nothing happening.
Right.
And depending on the situation, like 1 damage doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It can matter, but like if it's the best maneuver, it's the best maneuver.
You got to do what you got to do. That's what they say.
1, dodge, gunner, rock, sock, and reroll. Hit a crit. Whoa. Okay. That's so many dice.
It's a lot of dice.
3 through a rock.
And auto thrusters.
And auto thrusters. The magical mystery juice.
Turns out that the IG likes to live at range 3.
Yeah, and that's what IG clearing some stress here going to be super important because once you can start taking an evade token between evade and auto thrusters, that's two protection, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're staying out of his primary arc. So I like this play of Richard just kind of getting away and clearing that stress and not having to use a K turn to stay where you can shoot.
Yeah.
Because it's once you have a stress and then shoot the Decimator, it's where you get into problems of multiple turns without. You don't get actions, you don't get.
Like we saw earlier.
Bad news burst.
And then he's going to boost to the right here and be in range.
Like a Desi do.
For days.
Just taking his shots.
Desi is as Desi does.
So we're looking at 5 health here on the Decimator to 2 health on the IG. Obviously, Decimator rolls none. Agility, IG rolling 3.
Range 2?
Range 2.
That's where you want to be.
It's better than range 3 if your name is Shawn.
1 hit.
Hit and a crit.
I hit crit because Chirpy. Chirpster.
He's chirping around. Looks like he dodges. Gonna gunner. I'm smelling a big hit right here. Hitting a crit. Got the double dodge, man. Just
green dice are on fire.
I mean, sort of, right? Like you expect out of 3 dice, you're probably at least going to get 1, and you can on average expect 2.
Yeah.
Or at least most of the time you'll get 2. So
is this a sloop I see? Oh yeah.
Oh, he's doing it, baby.
Decimator's probably doing what?
If Decimator does a 2 left turn and then boost, it'll be the most perfect maneuver of ever.
I feel like he's doing like a 1 bank. Or straight. Sure.
Why not?
And then a boost to the left. How gorgeous is the Decimator?
It's beautiful because it's so ugly.
It's so big.
It's just rugged.
It's so big.
I don't know that you boost here. Or maybe you do to get closer and then he has to go past you next turn.
Well, right now he doesn't have an evade because he just turned around.
Yep. Go in and you get it.
So while he doesn't have the evade or auto thrusters.
But it is going to be range 2 through a rock. I know auto thrusters is critical. That's two dodges he just doesn't have. Okay, you're right, Tim. You got me. All right.
Range dose.
Ooh.
Hit, crit, crit?
Ooh.
Or is it hit, crit? I can't see.
I think it's a hit, crit, crit. This is big for Richard. He needs some magical dice here.
Come on, another pilot. Oh! Munitions failure. Choose one of your secondary weapons. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Oh, he loses the heavy laser cannon.
HLC's gone. Got the munitions failure there. Trying to ask if he can get rid of the inertial dampeners instead, and obviously you can't.
I think he was being funny.
I know.
All right, so there's one health left on that IG.
Oh, that's so brutal, dude.
All right.
Shooting back here. Chirpy not going to get a roll anything. Does get the free evade from his...
Chirpy will get a roll something this time, right? Because it was through a rock.
Mmm.
Direct hits on all of them. Can do it. What are the odds?
Let's see what he gets.
All right, well, we're almost there. Target lock.
All right, got one crit. Target lock in. Getting the target lock back. How about
bonkers is
FCS?
Or FCS? Yeah. That's not that good here.
No, we're going to use the token. Is he going to use the token?
Yeah. He doesn't have a secondary weapon anymore.
Oh, man, that's so bad.
Yeah, I know.
That's such a great crit.
I know. That's
for
what I'm
Shawn.
saying. It's insane.
The things you learn.
Just moving one forward.
Hoping for a bump, honestly.
I mean, I imagine that's what's going to happen here. But Shawn's okay with that because he gets target lock.
I mean, I imagine it's not going to happen.
Put it anywhere, Shawn.
It's two bank, and that is just... Oh, it bumps.
Yep.
I thought he was going to make it.
No.
That's fine. Get that target lock, no shots, and then IG is going to have to stress to turn around and shoot you again next turn.
And the Decimator doesn't.
Desi doing what Desi do.
Desi might just go like one forward.
On the next turn, yeah.
Or probably one bank.
He just did a one forward, which is going to bump. Leave the IG right there.
And this is not going to bump.
And this is not going to bump. And we're going to have a Decimator at range 1 against an IG without evade, but with auto thrusters.
Yeah.
And Decimator has a target lock, so
Yep.
with a focus here,
Focus target lock.
this
Doesn't
could be
smell
it.
too good for the home team.
It's still super close though, man. Richard's got dice.
Dice for days.
All right, gonna spin the target lock. There it is. Hit, crit, crit. And that's the game.
Boom.
Huge congrats to both
Shawn
Richard and
Koike is
Shawn.
moving to the finals.
Huge congrats to both these guys for making the top 4. And amazing that Shawn, in his first big tournament ever,
In the finals.
cruising his way to the finals of the regional in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We will be back with the finals next. Catch us next time. And if you need anything related to X-Wing, you guys know where to come. We'll catch you guys on the next game.
See you guys around.